All right, a second ago, we added this class, we added some default props, we checked out the developer tools for React. And so now I think we're actually ready to use the class-based component itself and show you why it's so powerful. But we don't really need to do it for the app. I just wanted to show you. What we really need to do it for is, and I'm actually just going to delete this because I don't think you need it anymore. Oh, you might, but I'm going to delete it. What you will want to do is you will want to follow along as I convert this main function into a class. And actually, you know what? I want you to do it. I want you to just sit there, take a look at the app function or component now, and I want you to change this main function into a class-based component. Take a few minutes, go ahead and do that, and we'll come back to you in a sec. Looks like everybody's got the hang of it. Yep, that's it. All we do, class main, extends. Yep, you could say react.component, or you can just say component. And then what does every class, React class have? It has a render method, that's right. And the render method returns some JSX. So nothing too crazy here, just copy, paste, ta-da. And that looks lovely. And now I can get rid of my old function. And there we go, great. Now again, why do we need to do that? Well, to really explain why we need to do that, let's first plan out what this main component is going to do. What I want this main component to do, and I'm just going to put it up here in some comments, I'm going to say main component should display the current orders and also give users the ability to select items on the menu to order, on the menu. Cool? And to do that, we have to understand how React deals with data that can change. And this is the core thing. Remember at the bottom I said props is data in your component that does not change? Well, there's something else here. There's a new thing, and this is called state. State is data in your component that does change. And if you can know those two things, props and state, that is the core of what React is. Props, state. Now you cannot use state in functional components. You can only use state in class-based components. And that is why I changed this to a class-based component. Now, some people will probably come to me and be like, actually, that's not true. You can use React hooks to create state in component. I talked about that a second ago, but again, I'm not going to get into React hooks for today. If we want to do an advanced React course, which I'm also going to not teach lifecycle methods. There's all kinds of other cool things that React can do that I'm not going to teach here, but we'll get into that later on. For now, you just have to understand that this class main extends component thing, what it allows us to do is right above the render method, we can add some new stuff, the component state. And a component state is just an object that stores data which React provides predictable and interpretable ways to mutate or change. That really is the best part about React for me, honestly. Like I know exactly what data a component has and why it has that data. And so introspecting your app at any point is a superpower. This, superpower. Seeing exactly what's going on in my app, superpower. And so all we need to do to create state in an app, we initialize state by just saying state equals an object. Ta-da! And then we want to store what? Current orders. So what do you want to call this first key in the object? Cool, orders. I like that. Orders, not hors d'oeuvres. We could also do that too, but there we go. And so now we have state. And this state object holds an order array that currently contains nothing, but eventually we want to add items to this array. We need to make sure it displays something if no orders are present also, by the way. But for now, that's good. And so I'm actually going to get rid of this H2 that says main, because that's dumb, and I'm going to put orders instead. And so if I save this and check it out, we don't get any warnings, no warnings, cool. We go to our app, cool, it says orders. Nothing's crazy now. And actually, let's open it up. Let's check out the main. Let's see what it says now. Main, cool. Props is an empty object, and state is an orders array that is an empty array. So again, so nice that you can just check that out, know exactly what's going on inside your app. Lovely. Cool, you guys all right with this? And so below this, we're going to create an unordered list, just like before. And we are going to loop over everything in the orders array and create a list item for it. So actually, I want you to do this again. Remember how we did it up here in the side, down here in the sidebar? Remember this right here? I want you to do the exact same thing, but for our orders. Now the orders, each order, let's just make one in there right now. So you like the order should, each one should have, what should we have the order? We should probably know who ordered it, right? It should have a, oh, you know what, let's just put that in there. It's gonna have like a customer key. The customer, and it's gonna say who the customer is. Let's just do that just for now. That's all I want you to do. The customer is gonna be me. So I want you to loop, I want you to create the JSX here that would loop over all the items in the state.orders array and display them as list items. So take a few seconds, do that right now. We'll come back together and I'll show you the answer. Cool? Okay, it seems like we're struggling a bit with this one, huh? So a lot of you got the first part correct. You said, well, sort of correct. You said state.orders.map. Now what happens when you say state.orders.map? State is not defined. Huh. Why is state not defined, you think? Because we did declare it out here, but look, we didn't say const state. We didn't say var state, let state. We just said state. And again, this is one of the things that's part of ES6 classes that would be really confusing if you didn't understand the way classes work. And even though technically this is in a scope, is in a more global scope than the scope of this render method, we can't actually access it unless we use the same thing we did up here with the app. So what did we use up here? Yes, the this. So Yanira, lead me through this. What do I say here? This.state.orders.map. And so then for the rest of this, I think a lot of you got this right. Let's use another fat arrow function. We say, let's call, okay, cool. Let's call it order, and let's take the index, and let's use a fat arrow function, and let's go ahead and return what? Good, a list item. Okay, I like that. And what should go inside the list item? Oh, you're right. So you're right. I need to put a key. Correct. Thank you for reminding me. Everything, you know what? Let's not do it with the key and see what happens first, but you are correct. Let's just see what happens if we don't. You ready? And in here, we just say, yep, order.customer. Okay. But let's go ahead and save this and then come up here. Okay. Nothing bad has happened yet. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, would you look at that? We have a little error. Let's look at the console. Warning, each child in an array or iterator should have a unique key prop. Check the render method of main. Oh my God, isn't that nice? It tells you exactly what's up. Oh, that does not look good though. Wow, why does that look so bad? Whatever, we'll figure it out later. You know what, we're gonna probably have to write some more CSS. I know, you know what, we'll deal with it later. Fine with it for now, but check this out. Each child in an array should have a unique key property. Let's do it. Key equals IDX. Save it, check it out, no errors, I feel good, you feel good. So let's go ahead and get rid of that because I don't like the way it looks. Okay, and let's save. Let's see what happens now. When nothing's in there, what happens? Nothing. Cool. It would probably be nicer to have a nice little message saying that no orders are currently present. And also, this is another way when it's really nice to use all the quirks of JavaScript to conditionally render JSX. So I'm going to use a ternary operator here. So see how we say this.state.orders.map? What we can do first is we can say, hey, if this.state.orders.length is greater than 0, and we use this ternary operator, then do all this goodness. Otherwise, and we use the colon for that, create a list item that says, oh, let's give it a key of like, I don't know, -1, and say no orders yet. Ta-da! And if we do that, we use this nice little ternary operator there. So this.state.orders.length is greater than 0. Is that true? That's what the question mark is saying. If that's true, render this. Otherwise, if it's false, render that. It's the same thing as using an if statement, but these are better. Uh-oh. Oh, we just say, oh, orders. My bad. You're right. And ta-da! No orders yet.